Ligt talks about his price tag. The race for the Champions League around Europe is hotting up. Chelsea are up some defensive cover, and we've got a roundup of the day's transfer rumours. That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the One Footballers, and this is the Daily News. But before we get started, a quick reminder again about the amazing new release on the Onefootball app. Together with 11 sports, our customers in the UK and Ireland can watch selected La Liga matches live in the app. In the UK, you can buy a match from just £2.99 and it's €3.49 in Ireland without any subscription. All you have to do is go onto the relevant match page, click buy now, and you'll be charged through the iTunes or the Play Store. But with that said and done, let's get straight back into today's daily news. So first off, and speaking ahead of his semi-final clash against Tottenham, Ajax defender Matthijs de Ligt has been speaking about a potential transfer in the summer. When he was asked about how much he could potentially go for, well, he said it'd probably be less than his teammate Frankie de Jong. De Jong has already agreed to join Barcelona in the summer for around £65 million, but de Ligt has said because defenders go for a little bit less money, well, he won't be as expensive. This is sort of a call out to any other clubs and basically saying, come and sign me, I'll be at an affordable price. There were rumours that he was going to go for around £75 million, which was the same amount that his national teammate Virgil van Dijk moved to Liverpool for. However, at such a young age, it's probably unlikely that he'll go for so much money. Realistically though, he will end up at Barcelona. He has said that his future is undecided and that he's focusing on the current games at the moment. Of course he is. Ajax is still on for a treble. However, it looks more than likely he will be joining his teammate by moving to the Nou Camp. Let's face it, Arsenal and Spurs aren't going to spend the money when it comes to the Premier League. He's not going to go to Chelsea or Manchester United, as both clubs are not in the strongest position at the moment. He could move to Liverpool or Manchester City, but I'm not sure he'd get into the first team. And then outside of that, well, he could go to Juve, Bayern or Barcelona. That's pretty much it. Even though Real Madrid will definitely have a load of money to spend, he's not going to overtake Ramos or Varane anytime soon either. So it looks like his future is pretty much set. Elsewhere and around Europe, the race to finish in the Champions League spaces is really hotting up outside the Premier League. Now, we all know in the Premier League, it looks like nobody actually wants third or fourth position. Every single team is doing their best to lose every weekend so they don't have to take it. It's a rather odd situation to be in, but overall, it's the same teams that are fighting for the European spaces. However, when it comes to the likes of the Bundesliga, Serie A and La Liga, things are getting a bit interesting. Hoffenheim and Gladbach aren't necessarily the biggest clubs but are fighting for a Champions League place, along with Eintracht Frankfurt, who still have the Europa League semi-final with Chelsea to deal with. Elsewhere in the Serie A, Atalanta put in a fantastic performance to win 2-0 last night, which sees them going to fourth place ahead of last year's semi-finalist in the Champions League, Roma. It'll be quite a feat for them to make it into the Champions League this season, especially as they've been focusing a lot of their energy on the Coppa Italia, where they have the upcoming final against Lazio. Elsewhere though, and in La Liga is where the real story is happening, as Mino's Getafe could be in the Champions League next season. This is the same Getafe that was so close to being relegated out of the second division just 3 years ago. Since then, they've been promoted to La Liga, finished 8th last season, and now it looks like they may be finishing 4th. They're not going to be able to catch Real Madrid, who they're 10 points behind, but they will do battle with the likes of Sevilla and Valencia for that final qualifying spot. This seems highly unlikely also, given the fact that they have a budget the 16th the size of Barcelona's, and also they've got the 3rd lowest attendance in La Liga. It's pretty much like what Leicester City did a few years ago. They came up, managed to survive one season and then won the title. Except this just isn't as extreme, but even so, finishing 4th would be incredible for the team from Madrid. And next up to a name you may not have heard of just yet. However, his hat-trick over the weekend has put him on the radar of some of Europe's biggest clubs, especially Chelsea. Should they not have a transfer ban in the summer, it's said that they'll be moving for the Nice fullback Youcef Atal, who managed to become the first Algerian in 33 years to score a hat-trick in Ligue 1 over the weekend. Manager Patrick Vieira has said he is not for sale at any price. However, as we always say, money talks. Rather interestingly though was the fact that Youcef Atal was normally a right back, yet was playing at left midfield. I don't know how he found himself there, and it was either pure luck or an absolute masterstroke from Vieira. However, he scored 3 goals in their 3-0 win over Guingamp and put in a fantastic performance ahead of a crucial African Cup of Nations in the summer as well. A good performance there, and he can find that his value skyrockets from around the current 35 million that is being touted about. If you haven't seen any of his goals from the weekend, I implore that you check them out, especially the first, which has a Robin van Persie-esque type volley feel to it. And lastly but not least, we come to a roundup of the day's transfer rumours. First off, Inter Milan are still in talks with Manchester City's Danilo about an £18 million move to the San Siro. Real Madrid are willing to let Martin Odegaard go on another loan, this time for 2 years to Ajax. And lastly but not least, Manchester United are willing to pay the €120 million buyout clause to sign Jan Oblak, even though he just signed a new Atletico Madrid contract in the last few months. However, this will only happen once they receive apparently $90 million from PSG for David De Gea. They'll be able to offer him the $450k a week wages that he wants. So there you have it. That's all from me for today for today's daily news. But let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Is De Gea really worth that money? Had you heard of Youcef Atal before the weekend? I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't know much about him. And do you think Getafe, Atalanta, and even Frankfurt can finish in the top 4 of their respective leagues? Of course, let me know your thoughts down below. Smash the like button whilst you're down there. Click here or here to check out all of the other videos that we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.